Hey YouTube, this is Jack from Curious Culture. Today I'd like to talk about the topic of drive and ambition from an INTP perspective, or like specifically my perspective, because I feel like it's a very nuanced topic, and so there's a lot of factors into what makes someone driven and motivated, because you can have two different INTPs, like, so it's like, okay, the two types are INTP at their core, um, but one was raised in a particular way, and the other was raised in another sort of way. Um, I had, I have a ISTJ dad that is all about work and discipline and routine and all that. And a laid back sort of ISFP mum. Um, Whereas another INTP might have a very loose and flowing ENTP dad and an ENFP mum that is much the same. Now, there's also the Enneagram test. So I'm a type 9, the peacemaker, with a one wing. I think it's called wing, which is sort of like the less dominant kind of like style of going about things. Um, and it definitely feels like I try to integrate type 1 into my life a lot. And I feel like that's quite an accurate sort of metric for understanding personality, especially for myself. Um, so yeah, you got MBTI, there's Enneagram, there's what the like your parents' types that have an influence on you, like maybe the school you go to, your friends group, natural interests and stuff. Like everyone despite type has natural like interests. Um, people might say, oh, engineering is just mainly INTJs, but there's also actually a lot of ISTPs that are into that. And there's also a different kind of ISTP that's more just wanting to do the hands-on warehouse work or the mechanical, like hands-on work, and not the engineering paperwork. But there's very much so ISTPs that like the theory. So I reckon there's a lot of variance, and I think it's very healthy to keep your mind open and skeptical about MBTI and how we can all box in types, and may not realise that we're limiting ourselves, like in doing so. So it's always good to keep skeptical and be open about your views about personality. There's a great book like Fixed or Growth Mindset. So a lot of people can get stuck in the fixed mindset where it's about, the way things are is just how it is, uh, and I'm not going to change, etc. Whereas a growth mindset is like just becoming curious about like how can I improve my life and that. And so INTPs can range from some of the most influential people in the world to people that just want to be at home and surf the internet. Now, there are stereotypes and it can become a comfort zone where it's like, oh, I just want to be the INTP that stays at home on the internet. Okay. But INTPs, like for myself, I was a top student in business in school, high school. And I decided, okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do my best, do everything it takes to become the top student, and did. I got really good at weightlifting for a period, and I did really well when I almost got into the powerlifting clubs and that. I had a phase in my life where I really wanted to be a pilot. I had like 3 years where aviation was everything to me, and then I kind of just like phased it out. Like I just lost interest, and you know, you could say that's an INTP thing, or you could say maybe there's something else there in me that has that behavioural tendency to be like that. So I like to have a bit of a sense of like I don't know everything. like, I think it's a healthy mindset, and it's true, because I don't. It's not good to get boxed in. And so, yeah, there's a lot of aspects to life, like, and how we are and how we're influenced to be the way we are. And yeah, like I discovered MBTI maybe 10 years ago. I'm 30, and my perspective on it has changed. I used to be very rigid in the way I looked at it and thought, oh, that's like very much set in stone, like certain behaviours and that. But over the years, I've found spiritual healing and stuff like that, which has really, helped me shift out of not so helpful states of mind and emotions, and found so much more inner peace. And back years ago, before I found that, for example, I would have been a lot more stuck in negative thinking and thinking that's just the way I am because I'm an INTP. But I challenge you to question, like, being an INTP, and just to know that life is always an ongoing learning curve, and where we can limit ourselves, but we can also let ourselves just step into more growth and discovery and freedom of thinking, and not let yourself just stay stuck in a certain way of thinking. So yeah, I'd like to leave that at that for today, and I hope you've gained something useful from this video. I hope you have an awesome day. Thank you.